Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Mama and Papa back here today with you to discuss Welcome to Plathville, Season 2, Episode 5.
Hello, y'all.
Oh my goodness. Again, I'm going to say at the beginning of every episode, forced ads are wrong and stupid and too long. Stop it, YouTube TV.
Subscribe.
Okay, there's our PSAs today. Okay, Season 2, Episode 5 starts out with Mariah is nervous to take Max to meet the parents after their breakup.
Yeah, it's awkward. But, it's like, remember when you were like, I don't know, remember your first, I guess, boyfriend, that you really liked, and you got to meet his parents. That's what it felt like.
Well, because it is her first boyfriend.
Well, it's not really boyfriend.
Well, okay, ex-boyfriend / friend.
Yeah, but we, later on, they get together. So at this point in time, it's just a friend.
And while she's getting ready, Max says her parents are judgmental. But I think every single person is judgmental, whether you think you are or not.
Yeah.
You look at a certain type of person and you're like, oh, whatever, in your brain,
Yep.
And you may never think it, or you may not realize you're thinking it. You may not like those thoughts you have, but every single person has them. So maybe some are more vocal about it and shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And that's just being rude, in my opinion. But yeah, everybody's judgmental, in my opinion.
And of course, parents are going to be judgmental of their kids'
Well, yeah, they want their
girlfriends,
someone
friends.
who's going to be good for them,
That's understandable.
So. Yes. And then the cute little dance room that the new house has for the younger girls.
I see Black Widow in the making.
Who?
All of them.
Oh, you mean the Marvel thing? Okay, yes. I'm like
Black Widow. Yeah, that's how they start.
Okay, no. I think it's
or Abby Lee.
Stop. They're just cute, if they want to learn ballet, they learn ballet.
Don't make them. Some of the girls didn't look like they wanted to be there. The oldest didn't look like she wanted to be there. Not Lydia, but the next oldest. Mercy. Is that
Mercy's the youngest.
Well, which one is 11?
Amber.
Amber. Okay. Yeah. And Isaac obviously didn't want to be there.
No, but he was so goofy and cute. I love Isaac.
Yeah.
I just thought it was cute.
But it is nice to have a place where they can have phys ed.
Yeah, but you find out that Kim studied ballet in college. That was interesting. And Isaac being the only boy at home, and because Dad's working all day or whatever, that's got to be poor Isaac.
Yeah.
He's one of him and Lydia, or he and Lydia, are my favorites, and I just think that they're just real. They're just who they are, and they don't care about all their drama and nonsense. So anyway. And then we go back to Olivia, who feels claustrophobic because his parents are nearby, so they gotta get some booze.
They have their own house with their own lock on the door. First, I don't know what happens off camera. Right. She seems like it is like Stepford Wives bullcrap going on where she lives.
Mm-hmm. Afraid to leave her house.
I don't understand. We don't see anything off the camera. But there's got to be some real
the crap. Definition of a narcissistic personality. They think everyone's thinking about them all the time. And everybody's out to get them. Or everybody, we're at this. And so it's like, they think literally that everybody is always thinking about them.
I just don't understand. I'm getting sick of seeing her on the show. And so it's only season 2, episode 5 at this point. But I'm sick of it. I'm sick of her face.
Were you as concerned about Ethan's overhang as I was?
No. I got an overhang. I don't know what he's talking about. He's pretty skinny, but I got an overhang.
Oh, you're so silly.
But anyway, there's this. Go ahead. Talk about. We'll go in order. I got something to say.
Well, no, it was like you can tell that Olivia is getting tired of Ethan's questions and his not knowing things. Like his last episode, I think she called him annoying, a little annoying. And so, but first she was all like, "Oh, he's so cute. I like to teach him all this stuff."
Like
Now,
2 years.
and now she's like, "Okay, yeah, really."
God.
No, she's just like, "Really."
I think Ethan did do something though that he shouldn't have.
What was that?
Well, we at the part where she asked about the realtors.
No, we're coming up. Okay. So then Ethan was saying how he's been angry at how his parents treated her. They never said they never tell you anything specific.
How many years?
Again, but then they never tell you anything specific. My mom said this. My dad said that. I said this. You know what I mean? Give us a freaking conversation and explain what they did so bad.
Is it the timeline where they're still at the driveway?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about way back when. Mm-hmm.
That's it. A year or so ago at this point in time.
Yes.
I can't even remember what happened, what we were doing a year ago this time.
But evidently that's completely changed her personality. Because from that day to this, she has become paranoid. But he was angry at not being able to see his siblings. Here's the thing: he could have seen his siblings because guess what? Mike and Mariah are seeing the siblings.
Yep.
They just have to, show the parents, hey, we are making an effort to take steps forward in our relationship, and that build that so we can have this trust.
This is all Ethan.
Yeah, so it's all in their heads,
He
and
needs
that's
to have a backbone to his wife.
And then what I thought was really telling is Ethan starts playing the piano, and Olivia sits there and literally pouts and whines until he lets her play.
I know.
And then he even says himself that the difference in their music and their personalities is pretty obvious, and how hers is slow and kind of sappy, and his is upbeat and jazzy.
Yeah.
And that's exactly their personalities, and it's the two don't mix well in music, and they don't blend real well in a marriage either.
No, they don't. Not at all.
They
won't last nearly as long as you and me.
Oh, I hope you and I last forever.
We are gonna, but they're not gonna.
No, I don't think so. It doesn't look good for him.
No.
Then we see that Micah finally got his car fixed, and it only cost him $2,000. What the hell did he do?
Well, he did say in one episode that something with the rods.
Yeah.
The tires, he broke down because he hit a curb.
Oh my god.
He did say that in a date to Helena.
Oh my goodness.
It makes him look really bad as a driver.
And immature, young, the typical that guy age.
18.
So in my opinion, he's not different than any other 18-year-old guy who grew up in any normal mainstream America.
Not at this point in time, as far as the driving
Didn't take him very long, did it? And he works at a little auto parts store. And how many hours can you work at a little auto parts store to pay off $2,000? But evidently he worked that many.
11, 12 hours a day, he said.
And then I thought it was really cute how it showed that, Barry and Micah and Isaac went fishing, and the fish weren't biting, so they decided to go swimming, and they were doing the rope swing. And Barry is a kind of a beast. He climbed that tree like a monkey, man. Got up there and jumped off, and because I don't do heights. You don't do heights.
I wouldn't do that.
I mean, even if we were athletically inclined enough to be able to climb that, I would not, unless my child were up there clinging for your life. I was
calling the fire department.
But yeah, I thought that was very cool.
No, that was a good scene. I did like that.
And at this point, it feels like between whenever Mariah visited and she gave Kim a hug when she walked in, and now Barry's hanging out with the boys. The things seem pretty good on that front, right?
With those two, yes.
Yes. Okay.
With Mike and Mariah, yep.
And you know how
I think it's better with Micah than it is with Mariah at this point. Mariah's getting better.
And okay, Mariah's all talking, and this does know she's getting ready to take Max in to see her parents, and she tells him that she feels almost depressed to go home. And the weird thing is that that's not her home. She lived there for a few months, after they moved from the farm.
Yeah, well, she's thinking about.
But you know what I mean? It's
So
she has these horrible memories. My thought process is that in a new environment, you could build new memories and leave the old one, like worked on the issues from the other place, aside of that. I think that would be mine. So when they all talk about going home, it's terrifying.
I think it's the parents more than the home. It's not really the house itself. It's the parents.
The perception of the parents.
Yeah. Well, obviously, what the parents did when they were younger, right, hurt the oldest three.
Yes.
Okay. Now, maybe Ethan didn't know this until Olivia came in the picture.
Right.
Okay. But, obviously Mariah's been hurting for probably longer.
Again, Olivia, she met Olivia whenever Mariah was only like 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It just.
Well, my point is she's feeling this way, and she's only going because Max wants it, and she wants Max, so she's trying to make him happy.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the visit, Kim, being a mom, said that she feels like that Mariah would only bring Max over if Mariah wanted to keep that family connection, and it gave her hope and it made her happy. And I'm just feeling like, because we know why she's really there, and that just made me feel really bad for Kim because, it does give the wrong impression. You know what I mean?
But I look at it this way. I look at it, if Mariah didn't care what her parents thought, she never would have took him over there. Even if he's the one that said that he wanted to meet him. This is all Max's issue.
Yes.
All his doing. And you know what? Mariah wouldn't have taken him over at this point in time.
No.
If it wasn't for Max.
And if he never would have pushed, he probably never would have. Yeah. Ever.
I know.
So then when they got there, this is me, the mom and me. Mm-hmm. When Mariah felt awkward standing there, just saying hi, this is Max, whatever, and she barges off into another part of the house, of a home that she doesn't live in.
Yeah.
And it was only her quote-unquote home for a couple months. And goes and finds the little girls when the parents already said, we'd want to sit down and chat for a little bit before they come out and, go crazy.
Yeah.
And she did it anyway. That tweaked my mom button a little bit.
See, I don't understand. Maybe something happened when she was... something deeper is going on here with Mariah.
Because she was so, quote unquote, I don't know, in what way, abused or whatever, that's caused this type of anger and resentment. But yet she does feel comfortable barging in through their house like it's hers. You know what I mean? And to me, the level of disdain that she's exuding to everywhere about her parents, she's not acting that way with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because she never, when she goes over there, she doesn't work to dress any differently.
Oh, I know. She
doesn't change her hair or makeup or anything.
No, that's fine, but she should.
No, but I'm just saying.
She should dress a little different than what she did.
If she had a real fear or whatever, she would not be that, blatant in their face about things.
Well, she uses her makeup and her clothes as a part of rebellion to her mom.
Yes, I have a whole episode almost related directly to that. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a whole conversation. We can do it together because I think you'll have an opinion on that. We found out that Max, he's a guy with aspirations. He's obviously smart. He's a senior down in Tallahassee, or now I'm sure he's graduated at this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By this point, he has, yes.
In construction management, and lives in Tallahassee, which is about 40 minutes away. So that's not always an easy.
He drives 40 minutes to see her.
And she says she sees him 2 or 3 times a week. So, that's dedication.
That was almost like, between my place where I was living at and your place when we first met?
Almost.
About 30, 35, 40, right?
It was, 30, 35 probably.
That was not too bad. We did it.
It wasn't healthy though. Anyway, back to them.
I'm just setting an example there.
We found out that Isaac wants to be a pilot and has a flight simulator. What do you think about that?
I didn't realize that a flight simulator. That's pretty cool.
So, what do you think about changes being made for the children's education?
It's starting to get there.
It's a step, right? You can
Yes.
see efforts being made.
Yes, they're still, have the no cell phones, no social media, stuff like that, which is fine.
We were the same way.
Which is fine. I'm not saying that's the bad.
Okay.
Okay, but that's up to them anyway. I mean, as much as you can keep the horrors of the outside world, of the real world away from them.
Yeah.
But when it comes, I think Lydia needs to see some of it. But as far as the changes go, all right, they're getting there.
I mean, it hasn't been that long. You know what I mean?
I mean, Barry, I can see Barry starting to come around, playing with his kids more. Jumping out of trees.
See, I get the feeling that that's what happened when the kids were growing up. Mom was home all day. She was teacher, disciplinarian, cook.
Dad was fun guy.
And Dad got home and just got to play. And Mom was the cooking and the cleaning and the breastfeeding and the birthing and the diapers and all. And I'm sure living the way they were probably cloth diapers, I would imagine. And that is so much work.
Yeah.
So, and when you have like 10 of them and in such a short time, it never ends. So imagine that. I mean, God bless her.
Cloth diaper.
I'm serious. My mom used them.
Nothing wrong
and
with
I'm
it.
not even
I
that
was thinking of a
old.
totally different thing than you're probably thinking of, so.
Anyway. Oh, okay. Anyway. And Max decides after the visit that he likes Kim and Barry. What do you think of that?
Well, we don't know. I mean, they showed a little bit at the end, right? What he said.
Yeah.
We don't know going on here what's going to happen with Max, Barry, and Kim. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, they had a good visit. I didn't see anything wrong except for that one time it was kind of awkward where he just kept drinking.
Well, I was here, and I wrote down
that was awkward.
Kim had mom sense and knows that Mariah is digging Max. Like moms know, and they all seem to really enjoy themselves after that tacky, awkward editing. That's what that was. That it was editing, like to draw out the moment, like to see what he was gonna say, and it was tacky and awkward. And shame on you, TLC.
How do you know? How do you know that was?
Because you can tell because it's different camera angles, so it's edited in. It's dumb. I'm shame on you. It was lazy. And then when I felt it when Kim said that she was heartbroken that the older kid said everything they did was wrong. Because when you pour 20 years of your life, blood and sweat and tears, energy, everything you have into something and then they hate you for it, it's like like we went through that for a while.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's horrible,
I agree.
And then let's see. Max admitted he's got romantic feelings for Mariah after their little visit.
He had romantic feelings for Mariah before the visit.
Right.
That's why there was the visit.
Yeah, because he really wanted to make sure that he had an approval from the parents before.
Lydia let it slip that, they might get married.
Well, because they are taught that when you date, it's with the intention of marrying that person. I don't think Mariah. They don't date like you and I date. And we learned that Kim, when Ethan was little, since he liked knowing how things worked, she would just give him things to take apart and play with and, put it back together. And I think that was because not a lot of parents would do that. They think, a small child, oh, you don't need to play with things like that. She saw that interest and let him and fed that, that interest, with a little bit of knowledge. I think that's awesome.
I thought it was impressive that he had a drum out of the washer.
Really?
Ethan, yeah.
Why?
Because I'd never done it. I could never do that. So, I mean, they were brought up in some ways not better than our lives.
Yeah.
But
healthier.
Yeah, because I mean, Ethan can fix a car with his bare hands. Ethan can fix a washer with his bare hands.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to take. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, let's get a new washer. That's what Olivia. She wants a new.
See, my dad and uncle, they fix it.
I know. Your dad and uncle are Ethan.
They're awesome.
Yes.
About some things. Okay. And then we found out that Ethan and Olivia did not get the house they wanted in Thomasville.
And I got an opinion on that. All right.
Okay.
Why didn't Ethan tell her when he got the call?
Because that is going to be the theme of Ethan and Olivia. Okay? He knew that whatever he had to tell her was going to upset her. And to avoid that, he just avoids her.
Well, eventually it's going to happen. And why? I mean, I think maybe that's why maybe she's even more upset, than she would have been if he would have told her right away.
I don't know. I mean,
if I was Olivia, I don't know what's happening in the next episode, but if I was Olivia, I'd be like, why didn't you tell me?
well, we don't know how long he didn't tell her. Was it 10 minutes? Was it an hour? Was it 6 weeks? I mean, you and I have been house hunting. We've put in offers on houses. And you know me, if I don't hear from the realtor twice a day with an update of, hey, we haven't heard nothing, don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. Or, and then you and I are asking each other, hey, have you heard anything from the realtor? There's no way a wife who's anxious about a house like that isn't going to be asking her husband every freaking hour, have you heard anything from the realtor?
Why is the realtor calling Ethan anyway? I mean, if Olivia wanted this house as bad as she did, why didn't they just give the realtor Olivia's number?
Because I don't know. Good. Excellent question. Excellent question, Papa. That ding ding, you win this round.
Good, about time. But I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, well, wouldn't you know more than Ethan? Because Ethan doesn't know much about anything. Poor guy. About different things.
Business things,
life things. But I mean, so and Olivia's the one I wanted to move so bad.
Yes. And then here's the thing. He tells her, and she immediately starts crying again.
Of course.
And then she feels trapped there and hates Caro and knows that she's not loved or accepted by Ethan's family. No, well, okay, why? Okay, but she says that not getting the house brought up these feelings of, like, abandonment. And having to feels like she has to do things on her own. How does not getting a house, like, what is going on in this chick's mind that's what it brings up? Like, she's got some serious unresolved issues from her childhood.
Is she the one trying to fix the washer? No, he's actually doing things.
Oh my goodness.
So when she says she has to do things by herself, I'm trying to figure out, because they had the realtor call Ethan. So right there, you're not doing it yourself.
No, it brings up those feelings. But something about not getting what... Here's the thing. She didn't get what she wanted.
Yes.
And so she's having a meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow in her psyche, these feelings got brought up. But why does not getting your way bring up feelings of abandonment and being on your own?
He's a psychiatrist.
Yes. Yes, he does. And a really good counselor.
2-5, okay? She needs a psychiatrist. I'm not sure what happens later on, but at this point in time, she does.
And then she says she craves boundaries. And they have to have them in order to be, quote unquote, safe. And without them, they won't get there. Get where?
She acts like the parents are like
Michael Myers behind the tree.
Or with strangers. They're outside wearing masks outside their house trying to get in.
It's so ridiculous.
It is. And the more I see Olivia, the more she talks, the less I want to talk about her, unless I want to see her.
And she said that she has these triggers all over town. Triggers for what? What? They had a fight, an argument in the driveway, and then after season 1, some sort of other, vocal interaction happened where they had an argument, and then Barry said that they'll never accept Olivia or something to that effect, and then now that was the end of that.
Could you imagine how Olivia would feel if she had the same talk that Kim, Micah, Mariah, and Barry had when Kim's like, I know everything you're doing.
Oh my God.
Everywhere taking pictures of you. I know everything. I know you're dating somebody. So yeah, imagine.
So basically, what she's saying is she's just paranoid.
She is. And then that goes back to the psychiatrist.
And then poor Ethan, he's like,
He doesn't know what to do.
He's like, if it was just me, I would just put my head down and go to work and not really worried about it because it's like it doesn't bother me.
Well, he's your typical country boy.
But yet in the relationship, he's not at the level he should be. I mean, other than the communication thing, which, is an issue.
Oh, guy.
It's like she makes him feel like he's never good enough.
She wants herself a non-guy guy, which means she needs somebody who's a metrosexual.
Oh.
Okay? That's what I think. She needs a Max. I think Max is kind of a metrosexual guy.
You think so?
I do. I don't see him being like the
country boy
fixing up, or like Ethan. Ethan is a total country boy.
Even though he's going into construction management?
Well, no, he can still go be construction, but still be a metrosexual.
Okay.
I mean, that just means you're
I am not a metrosexual expert, so I don't know.
No, I'm not either. I'm just saying you're in tune with both male and female stuff.
And I mean,
and Ethan has no knowledge at all with the females.
Ethan acknowledged that he waited to tell Olivia about the house because he knew she would be disappointed. And number one, he doesn't like to disappoint her because he loves her. Number two, he doesn't want to be the one that has to tell her the bad news because then he's got to deal with all her feelings.
Then why didn't they give her, the realtor, Olivia's number?
That
would be a smart thing to do.
Thank you. You know what? We're going to end this right here because why didn't you give the realtor your number, Olivia? Duh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Papa. Ding, ding. Another one for you. You win.
Thanks.
You are the champion.
Thank you. All
right, you guys, come back and see us again next time when we talk about Welcome to Plathville, Season 2, Episode 6.
Subscribe.
Oh, my goodness. What we're going to do, spay and neuter your pets, buckle your seatbelt.
Use your turn signals if you want to.
And
drink milk.
Please be kind.
Unless you're lactose intolerant.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.